Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to this week's Loki review. This show is majorly blue balling us. I'm here with Joe and Hubbard. Joe, Hubbard, what do you guys think?
Holy shit.
I mean, I think me and Joe are on the same page. Classic Loki was like the true MVP.
Or they couldn't have just did the thing 5 seconds earlier and saved him.
I know they couldn't have enchanted this cloud 5 seconds later to just save this badass in tights. Like, classic Loki was in the MCU for about what 20 minutes, and, and hands down left such an impact. It just was such an enjoyable character. Um,
And all the difference between this Loki and the other Loki was
he
instead of actually trying to stab Thanos, he made like a projection of him trying to stab Thanos
and left
and
and
just
ran away.
Survived.
Yeah, and I mean, that kind of makes sense if you're going off of the comic book route and saying that's sort of comic book Loki, because then you can base the storyline off of the comics and be like, okay, well, um, he did go up against Thanos, all that would have happened, but this one he decided to just hide.
Well, I mean, it's like Loki's actual character. I mean,
Yeah,
especially from Thor: Dark World, like he's just like, peace out.
yeah, 100%. You got all the different Lokis were just I didn't expect the different Lokis to be kind of just here they are. All right, and now they're done.
Like Kid Loki, I killed Thor.
Yeah, Kid Loki killed Thor. We did get to see Throg in a little mason jar.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was actually. I can only imagine how many little Easter eggs
oh, hands down.
are in this episode.
And like what future Easter eggs for like future movies they kind of sprinkled in, because they probably have just some of those landmark pieces that they just laid around the end of time. There's no telling what they added to that.
Thanos copter.
Yeah, Thanos copter. It reminded me of Peter Griffin, the Peter helicopter. It was sort of like that, but yeah, just a
Oh,
random Thanos helicopter.
I just googled it. It's apparently a thing.
Oh, I think I remember seeing a meme that was Thanos riding in a helicopter in like an
Yeah,
old comic.
it says Thanos on the side.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's literally that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The amount of Easter eggs in this.
It's honestly insane. And we do get a lot of like heartfelt, emotional moments throughout the episode. You have Sylvie and Loki reuniting. You have their little scene together where they're talking about they're going to do when it's all over, and they're really connecting. And oh my god, it is identical.
Yeah, I just sent a picture.
um,
Exactly.
so you have that. Then you have Mobius, and I love Mobius. Owen Wilson. I'm so glad he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
um, but Loki calls him his friend, and all. Mobius gets one last joke slash stab in there. Um,
So I wonder, is Loki not, and Mobius not gonna meet again? Was that it?
yeah,
Because I got a feeling the way they built up that scene, that's it. Like they're not going back to the TBA, like the actual TBA building.
yeah. I don't think they are. I think Mobius is going to be taking
Like
care of the TVA by himself.
it sounds like it's about to be like a split time, a split story
Yeah, no,
where
I get
it,
that.
it sounds like he's gonna go in and free on, was it B-15,
Yeah, B
and they're
15.
gonna start taking it down from within.
But I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. Um, I always kind of imagine it them doing it together. So,
Loki and Mobius.
excuse me. Yeah, to Loki and Mobius going through the TVA there at the end. That's what I kind of always imagined, but then they did throw that twist of the Time Keepers actually going to them, but turn out to be robots. So I didn't expect that so soon. So they definitely are throwing curveballs and everything. So I get what you're saying, and honestly, I feel like that's probably what it is. Mobius is
Yeah.
going to go handle the TVA and all, while Sylvie and Loki actually go handle whoever created the TVA and has been doing all this crap. But it's really interesting, especially this whole what basically the end of time, everything that when the timeline gets reset for that sacred timeline, it's not actually getting reset. It's just taking all this shit and sending it to this end of world. So it's like, okay, all the timelines and story arcs that from the comics, different variations and everything, are being sent here to die instead of
Well, that's only if I guess if the time when the timekeepers decide to interfere.
yeah. So it's just going to be interesting to see how Marvel takes that and kind of mixes it with what they're doing with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and everything. Because what timelines are they going to have more concrete? What things are they going to change? And like, how does it get solved? Like, are we just going to forever have a multiverse with Marvel, or like I don't know how that's going to work.
So my biggest thing is how, in the end, is this playing going to play into the MCU a lot? I think that's like my biggest thing. Like, what is the end goal of this on the effect of the MCU?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, I assumed Sylvie would be around for good. Her and Loki, because
Or
she's
are they
kind of
just
the
gonna like,
enchantress.
or are they just gonna like piss off and like, we're gonna go live our happy days?
Yeah, or like seal it or some shit where you can't visit other timelines. Like, you're right. Like, what?
Like, what is gonna be the end result of this to like the standard MCU timeline? Like the
Yeah, and so here's my big question, right? Kevin Feige has said that nothing in the he wanted to keep it where people could just watch the movies and still follow along with the timeline. I don't see how that's possible with this show.
unless in the end it doesn't really
Matter.
affect the movies.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the it has to. Like I feel like that was maybe just a load of crock. No no pun intended.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
like
load of gator, you mean?
yeah. But like the whole timeline multiverse thing, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Unless they're just going to do like this epilogue in front of Doctor Strange, I don't know how they're going to go about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's honestly like very confusing because I don't know like where like we've been saying, I don't know where this is gonna take the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, back to the episode though. It's a fantastic episode. We're leading up. I mean, it's the episode before the finale. Like, it's just build up. It's really that's really all it is. Build up and set up. That were Renslayer. I still hate her. Just it, Loki and them or Mobius needs to take her down
Yeah, I
and
don't.
everything.
I honestly, at this point, I don't think there is any really redeeming her.
No, there's not. They got to take her down. Just everything. about the episode was just enjoyable. Like Loki to me is my favorite of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Loki has just been outstanding. Yeah, the acting, the music, the story, everything about it is just so well done and so enjoyable that the other ones they had flaws, they had kinks. Loki hasn't had one yet, and that's really impressive and just it's been really enjoyable. Overall, though, I do give this episode a, a 9 out of 10. It was fantastic, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. What about you,
Yeah,
Joe?
I'd easily give it a 9. I'm honestly like, I feel like there's just so much like that needs to be done next episode, and I'm kind of like worried.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried.
I'm worried at like the end result.
I hope it's a good size episode next week because we're gonna need it. Between the TVA and the Loki Sylvie stuff, we're gonna need a good size episode. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. What is your favorite moment of the Loki show so far? And make sure you hit that subscribe button because we cover the Marvel stuff. We're gonna cover Black Widow and everything. So we'll see you guys around later.